Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's ending up being a pretty nice day today, so I'm going to try and get some things done in the garden that have to be done. And the first thing that I decided I would do, I turned off the all of the drip irrigation in all three gardens here, the western, central, and eastern garden plots. And then I disconnected the end of the drip tapes from that side of these permanent raised beds, and these are cover crops in here right now. And then I dragged the drip tape out of these four beds here. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4 beds here. Had to dig down in there pretty well. And the next thing I'm going to do is fire up the BCS two-wheel Italian-made tractor. It's a 749 BCS tractor, and it has a flail mower that goes on the front of it. Now this is one of those two-wheel tractors that you can use a whole bunch of different implements on, which is really nice. But it works really great in permanent raised beds and gardens like this. Now we do have the weed mats on each side of these permanent raised beds, but I tried to pull the weed mats as much as I could back into the paths on each side of the permanent raised beds. And I try not to use staples when I put it on the drip tape when I'm doing the cover crop, because I put it in so thick that it gets tough to find them. So this is a BCS tractor here, just a small, it's a 749. The handlebars and steering can either go this side of the tractor or that side, or off to the side, so that I'm not walking on the bed when I'm working. Right now I don't mind walking on the bed because I'm going to go right down the unit. And so that's what I'm going to do, fire up this tractor. This is the Berta Flail Mower here, which does a fantastic job of chopping all of that material up into very fine particles and creating a mulch on the top, terminating the cover crop, and thereby allowing all the root matter to feed all of the organisms, and the stuff that I chop on the top ends up creating a nice mulch and feeding them as well until we get to planting these beds this fall. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire this up. It'll take several passes going down there because a lot of the crop is laying off to the side as well, so we'll have to push that to the center. So, going to get started now. Well, I just had a problem. One of the weed mats that that go up on top of the bed, that actually sit in the walkways in between when I've got the cover crop there. I actually caught a hold of it and started sucking some of that up into the flail mower. So I just had to disconnect the flail mower, remove the weed mat material that got sucked up in there. Frustrating, but my fault. This is the first time this has happened in 3 years, so we'll see how we do it.
Is over and the fields lay bare. I see the earth exposed, I know I've gotta care.
The erosion and the runoff, they take the good away, but I've got a plan to keep the soil in place and make it stay.
I cover my ground with green, keep it safe and sound, with roots that hold it tight and life all year round. From clover to rye, with the mix of seeds I sow, I use cover crops to keep my soil growing strong and slow. The earth can't protect, it loses what it needs. Nutrients washing out, left with broken seeds.
Compaction from the rain, weeds taking hold.
But with cover crops, my soil stays rich and bold. I cover my ground with green, keep it safe and sound, with roots that hold it tight and life all year round. From clover to rye, with the mix of seeds I sow, I use cover crops to keep my soil growing strong and slow. The microbes dance below in a vibrant hidden world. Organic matter grows as the roots unfurl. Diversity's the key in the mix that I create, building up the land, it's never too late. Come the springtime, my fields are ready to thrive. With nutrients replenished, my crops come alive.
The cycle keeps on turning as seasons come and go.
With cover crops, my soil strength will always show. I cover my ground with green, keep it safe and sound, with roots that hold it tight and life all year round. From clover to rye, with the mix of seeds I sow, I use cover crops to keep my soil growing strong and slow. So here's to healthy fields and soil that's rich and deep. With cover crops, my promise to the earth I'll keep. From season to season, through sunshine and rain, I'll cover my ground and let it flourish once again.
Well, the flail mower did a pretty darn good job of terminating the crops in these 4 beds. I did run into it, sucked up one of the weed mats. I think one of the weed mats that were in the aisleway here that typically cover the beds. It must have gotten blown by the wind and gotten caught up in the cover crop mixture. See here some of the daikon radish here, right around the edges. It's a little bit tough to get them down, but I think I'm going to give these a couple of days. And then I may have to work on some of the stuff that's in the aisleways here, along in here. Just always trying to be real careful not to catch the weed mats as I'm working in this area here. It's real easy to suck something like that right up into the machine. But the flail mower, that BCS tractor with the flail mower does such a fantastic job. Just had to disconnect the Berta Flail Mower temporarily so I could remove the weed mat that got sucked up into it. But a flail mower does a really great job. These ones we're just going to let grow. I did get the tomato cages out and the tomatoes out of the area there. And I may put some winter rye at the end of that bed on the other side of where the kale plants are. Just for the rest of the winter here and all. So that project was accomplished. Pretty happy that things did work out. Challenging when you're using weed mats and you're just folding them back into the aisleways. It can be a big challenge. So on to working with some of the other projects around here as well. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. And by all means, folks, stay safe and take good care. Bye-bye now.